Why do people like you make it big in the world? People like you are always so lucky. While I don't have half the things you do. What did you do to deserve? Yes, envious people. I'm sure we've all either known, seen, or God forbid been these types of people. There's a reason why envy is seen as such an ugly trait in a person, as I'll discuss later. So, without further ado, let's discuss the sin of envy. A jealousy towards and longing for another's possessions, lifestyle, or overall luck, to the point of resentment towards them. This is envy. It can be seen as the end result of an unappreciation for one's own life. Those who are blind to the blessings they've received, tend to view those who possess things they don't with reverence or contempt. Be wary of those with an envious sin, as they tend to be ungrateful, bitter, greedy, desperate, manipulative, negative, and overall unpleasant people to surround yourself with. These people will be the first to tear down or betray even their closest friends, if that friend were to be in a more successful or desirable position. And this is why envy is often symbolized by the snake, as they are generally seen as deceitful and ugly creatures. Also, a theme you may notice with these sins is that they don't always exist in a vacuum. For example, those who experience feelings of envy tend to develop greedy tendencies as well. Their yearning for the possessions of others can twist even further into a constant desire for more. But we'll discuss that more in the greed video. Back to envy. Never fear, 'tis not without a cure. If envy is the resentment or loathing of another for their possessions, the virtue of kindness is the respect and happiness felt for those in said fortunate positions. Being happy for the accomplishment of others, as well as grateful for one's life. Being grateful to those who support you, and to God above all else. These are the people you can expect to hear a thank you from, which is generally not in an envious person's vocabulary. And as opposed to the unpleasantry and ugliness of envy, the genuine love and support that people are capable of can be a beautiful thing, and is a sentiment welcomed by all. And of course, to give different perspectives on the sin of envy, I've prepared a list of characters that I feel best represented. The right-hand man of Orochimaru, Kabuto Yakushi from Naruto. Okay, I know everyone hates this guy, but hear me out. His time spent with the white bastard was definitely an empty one. Without Orochimaru, Kabuto felt as though he had nothing, and as though he was no one. He would observe characters like Naruto, who remained steadfast in who he was, and Sasuke, who rose above the bounds of Orochimaru. Kabuto would come to envy these qualities he lacked his whole life, desperately seeking some sense of self. Stealing parts of Orochimaru to add to himself, all he's ever done was envy the traits and character of others. Which I suppose makes sense given all the memory loss involved with him. Also, the fact that Kabuto's moveset would become very involved with snakes is pretty indicative as well since, as I've mentioned before, snakes symbolize the sin of envy. I don't know if it was done purposely, but it's a fun thought regardless. The 7 Deadly Sins Anime's Sin of Envy, DN. This one's a relatively simple one. When she's first introduced, her envy for Elizabeth's relationship with Meliodas becomes apparent. On top of that, with her being a giant, she would often desire to be human-sized like most others. This issue would quickly be rectified when she ends up taking a convenient shrinking mushroom. Just roll with it. And her envy for Elizabeth and Meliodas would dwindle into nothingness as she began to realize her own feelings for King. She found something of her own to be happy and grateful for, and even becomes fully supportive for the demon and goddess couple. Although, I guess the in-story reason she was branded the serpent sin of envy was on the false assumption that she killed Metrona, her superior and friend, out of envy for her skill. So there's that as well. Our next character is Envy, from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I promise this is an actual character. Throughout the story, we've seen Envy criticize and belittle humans time after time, mocking their stubborn will, their emotions, their flaws. From the way he speaks, it's made clear that Envy absolutely despises humans, or so it seems. After his battle with Mustang, and he's face to face with the unlikely alliance, he mocks them for teaming up with formerly bitter enemies, goading them into fighting one another. However, it's revealed that his hatred for humans is actually jealousy itself. He envies their ability to form bonds with one another. He envies their ability to feel sadness, anger, and joy, since he, as a homunculus, lacks such things. He observes these qualities in humans, and masks his envy with mockery and contempt. His shape-shifting ability fits perfectly with his sin as well, allowing him to adopt the form and life of the humans whom he yearns to be. And this was the Sin of Envy video. Let me know what characters you guys think should have been included in the list, as well as some of your thoughts on envy. As always, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.